Hello, my name is Holly Hatton, and I'm here with a lady that's going to introduce herself to you. She's going to be telling you her name, where she was born, where she was raised, and a little bit more about herself.
Hi, I'm Gwen Rollins. I am from Hazard, Kentucky, born in Hazard, Kentucky. Um,
Raised on
Viper, Maces Creek,
Creek.
actually. My mom's name was Marjorie Woods Cottle. My dad's name was John Cottle.
John Cottle worked in the coal mines.
Yes, ma'am, he did. My dad died in the coal mines. He had a heart attack at Blue Diamond in 1974.
Brothers and sisters.
I have 4 brothers and I have 3 sisters, a family of 8.
Where'd you go to school at?
I went to school and graduated from Dilts Combs in 1979, and I'm not telling my age at all. I don't care about to tell my age. I'm 51.
Children.
I have 2 children. I had Heather, 1924, and Hazard. She's 28 now, and I had Adam in Hyden at the midwives, and actually they've started school there now, Frontier Nursing. I had him natural like the old people do.
Mm-hmm. So you had a boy and a girl.
Yes.
You got grandbabies.
Yes, I have 3 grandbabies, 3 little girls. I have Lexi is 6, Ava is 3, and Carly will be 1 in December, right after Christmas.
Wow.
3 special girls.
You got a big family.
Yes, I do have a very big family.
Now, Gwen, I understand that you're the owner of a very unique store here in Letcher County. Can you tell us the name of it?
Yes, my store is Gwen's Country Attic. I started the store this August, I believe, has been 4 years.
Where are you located?
411 Highway 7 South, Jeremiah.
That's just below the IGA.
Yes, 4/10 mile off 15 actually.
Yeah.
My hours are Wednesday 10 to 4. Actually, it's Wednesday through Saturday 10 to 4. My number's wrote up outside. Believe me, people calls me or drives right in my driveway. I come over and open up for you. My number is 606-233-1361. Anytime you want to come, I will come in and let you browse and look around.
Tell everybody kind of what you got in here for them to look at.
Well, I have antiques, primitive decor, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, I guess.
Is it all your items, or is it other vendors from the area?
It's vendors. I have actually vendors from Paintsville, Pikeville, Martin, Prestonsburg. I have
several here in Letcher County.
I have several in Letcher County. I have also Knott County. In Delana has a booth here. She also has a little antique store, and Burma Matthews too has their own little store.
Do you have customers? Are they mainly local, or they come from all over?
Actually, they come from all over. I've had customers travel as far as I guess the longest has been Pennsylvania and West Virginia. I have them actually come from wherever, I guess. They tell me they Google antiques when they're traveling, and they if they're coming through Kentucky and my name comes up, and they come here.
Okay, Gwen, I see some very interesting items in the store. Why don't you show us around, show us some of them. This, for example, explain to us what this is.
Well, actually, this is kind of funny. This would be in your old chamber pot. If anybody don't know what that is, this is what you used the bathroom in. Back in the old days, they set these by their bed and used the bathroom in them, and usually most of the people just set them outside on the porch and empty them the next day. And actually, I have one in my cabin, and we use it.
Very good. And these are beautiful.
Yes,
They're
these are
unique.
actually 3 different types of crocks. And if anybody don't know what the markings is on them, the numbers, this represents your gallon. This is a 6-gallon, and it's the oak leaf. It's the stamp on it. This is the 5-gallon, and this is your Indian head. This is a little bit more expensive too. This is your more expensive crocks. This is a gallon, and these we call a salt glaze crock.
Okay.
And over here, or we could stop right here and tell you a little bit about this. This is how your milk used to come when the milkman delivered it. The milk came in these. But back in the old days, there wasn't no, we didn't have your nice old cabinets. We had cabinets like these. This is what was in the kitchen. This is how you done your storage. Was in here.
Okay, you want to move on to another booth?
Yeah, we'll move on out.
Okay, Gwen, tell us a little bit about these cabinets right here. They're very popular these days with antique collectors.
Yes, they are. Back in the old days, like we said back there, the women didn't have the oak cabinets and things like that. They had individual cabinet. This right here actually was a woman's individual everything in her kitchen. This one don't have the flare bin in it, but some of them had the flare bin, but it's got your roll top. Down here is metal. That's where they kept their bread, and which we have some up front that had the place where they worked their dough, had their dough bowl board and everything on them. And over here is a little mini one. This one has your have to put my glasses on. This is where your bread went, and also the knife laid here, and you sliced your bread, but everything went in here. But this one don't have the flour bin in it. This is a very popular cabinet. This is a Sellers brand. Yours was your utensils, and down there they put probably their flour and their meal and everything in it. But ladies, today everybody is wanting an old cabinet back. Can't keep these.
You want to tell them a little bit about the cook stove there?
Okay. This old cook stove, it's gas. And here's your oven. This is a very popular item today too, because a lot of people are preparing themselves today for when the electricity goes out. People are putting these in their garages. They're building little cabins. And putting the Hoosier cabinet in these in there too, so they'll have something to cook on. Right here's also a popular item today is a kerosene lantern. Can't have enough of them for when the electric goes out either.
You want to move on maybe to your booth now?
Yes. Okay, today shopping in my store, I have a few of my customers. Ladies, would you all like to tell us your name?
Emma Ambergy.
And Linda Hatton.
We enjoy coming to Gwen's Country Attic to shop and look around. She's always nice to us, and we feel free to come anytime we want to.
Well, ladies, you all just shop
We
on.
will.
Look right
Thank
on.
you.
Thank you.
Also, right here's another item that's people are shopping for today. When the electric goes out, you know you need a non-electric coffee pot, and we have quite a few.
Okay, Gwen, tell me a little bit about this. I believe it's an old dry sink. It's very unique, though.
Yes, it is, Holly. You know, back in the old days, we didn't, like we say, we didn't have the essentials that we have today. They used an old dish pan. This one's set up with the dish pan and your little tumbler, like when we brushed our teeth and stuff, and then we had the towel. A lot of times people had these sitting outside on their porches and things. And I love this little one right here. Sure
It's
do.
very cute. And they just pack water onto the porch and put in it and
Yes, they did.
do their thing. Okay.
Yeah, packed it from the creek back in them days too.
Oh, okay.
And over here too is another one of the chamber pots. I think it's neat. People could, if the camping people and stuff, actually could use this and put in a little tent and things.
Okay. Let's see. This right here is some of your more primitive stuff that you talk
yes,
about having in the store.
We're getting ready for Christmas, trying to get our Christmas items in, getting ready for our open house that we're getting ready to have.
And that'll be, you set a date yet?
Yes, we have. We're going to have it the weekend before Thanksgiving. I don't know what date. I think it's around the 17th. We're going to try to get ours done before
Black Friday and all
Black
that
Friday
stuff.
and all that, because we know everybody's lives are so hectic and everything then.
Okay, and speaking of primitive, you've got quite a bit of primitive in your booth up here, right?
Yes, I do. Right here is a primitive dry sink. It's a thing back in the old days they set their big pitcher and bowl on and used it just to do their hand washing and their face washing and stuff like that. A dry sink. These are very, right here, old McCoy bowls here.
McCoy's pretty popular right now.
Yes, it is.
And you've also got the softbox houses.
Yes, I have quite a few softbox houses, different colors, shapes. That's a 2 foot. Have a 1 foot over here.
And you're now stocking the candleberry candles also.
Yes, I am. Got these in for Christmas. The candleberry candles. And actually, candleberry candles, to me, is the number one candle. It's very, very aromous, I guess. Has a very nice smell to it. This right here also is called a quilt crane. You buy them and put your quilts on them. Hang them up on the wall, put your quilts. Back here is a big cast iron kettle. Don't have the handles, but you know.
People like to use those to cook outside over open fires.
Yes, they do.
Soup beans.
And chili. And that right there is a perfect size. This is like the one that I use. And if anybody knows, my fall festival, I'm outside cooking soup beans in my kettle.
What about for the Christmas open house?
Excuse me. No, I'm just kidding. Usually I do chili at Christmas. I have chili. I'm outside cooking chili in the kettle for everybody. And right here, this is a noodle board. I know women have seen these in the catalogs. You put them over your stoves. I've got it covered up. But I say this. If women, don't have the flat top and they have the stove where stuff runs down in it, this is your cover up. You cover it up, set this on it, and put real pretty primitive decor on it. And take it off when you get ready to cook.
Okay.
Right here is a very pretty cabinet. This is an old Shipro. I thought this is actually one of the prettiest pieces I think we've had in the store, of all the carving and the detail on this cabinet. And this here too is a very, very unique piece. This big oak. We really don't know what we have decided we're going to call this. It's a side-by-side buffet.
Yeah.
I mean, not buffet, a side-by-side curio cabinet.
Yeah. You have several big wood furniture pieces in the store, antique, if anybody's looking for.
Yes, we do. And actually, that's something we can't keep, is the big pieces. Actually, we're trying to get everything stocked right now for the Christmas sales, because we do a lot of business at Christmas.
Right. Okay.
Over here is one of the old cabinets that has the flare. We've got it all decorated for Christmas, but this has your old sifter in it. What they did is they put their flare down here, and my sister-in-law still use hers, and my daughter-in-law too. They put the bowl here, they sift it, and you do it like that. Still, this is probably our number one most popular item, is the women are wanting a Hoosier cabinet. And over here, actually, this one is what you call the old flour bin and meal bin. They kept their flour and meal in these, and actually you've got some little bittersweet and stuff that's fell down in there. But this is an old meal holder.
And then across the way is Delana's.
This is Delana's little shop. She also has a show right on down. A shop I think about 4 miles down the road, and I think everybody knows her and her dad. They've been in the antique business for, I used to buy off of Delana, but actually we're both the same age, around the same age. But Delana has a lot of unique little items. It's got a fireplace. This is an old buffet that people used to have in their kitchen. Also with the Hoosier cabinet, they had the buffets.
Mm-hmm. And then the artwork is all Delana does herself.
Delana does all this artwork herself. Delana is a very good artist.
Very talented local
very
artist.
talented. Yes, she is. And this right here is actually a neat piece. This was Delana made out of a chicken broider. Is that what we called it? Broider? Yeah, chicken broider. Yeah. This is the hinges. The baby chickens was, when they hatched, they put them in here with the light on them. And Delana don't throw nothing away. She recycles everything she can find, so she made a unique table out of this piece. And that's what we love about, I guess, you never throw antiques away. And that's something else I would like to say, is people might not realize it, but when you buy antiques, you're investing your money. Mm-hmm. You're not throwing your money away. When you buy a piece, it's just going to, value is going to go up.
Right.
Your value is not going to decrease when you put it into an antique piece of furniture.
Well, and they don't make stuff like they used to either.
No, Holly, they don't. Today, most of our antiques are oak. They're all hardwood. Mm-hmm. They're not pine. What you're going to find mostly in the stores today is you find the softwood, not hardwood.
Pressed wood.
Yep. Our antiques usually are all hardwood.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's go up here to this new booth. You have a new vendor, and she's got some of the prettiest stuff.
Yes, this is a local artist too, I guess you might say. Val Caudle. Her and her husband has been in, oh my gosh, how long?
About a month.
They've been in my store for a month, but they've been doing this crafting for probably 30 years. Mm-hmm. They started out in Bob's Cash Store down at Cornetsville. They had a little store. They always went around to, I know probably people in Letcher County, Perry County, everybody knowed her at Black Gold Festival. This was the booth you went to. She takes a piece of antique and she decorates it. Right here we have a little grinded ware pot, and she's made it, and you can turn the light on. But most pieces is made out of antique things. There's a little antique coffee. These are old cheese boxes. These are old oak sewing boxes. Mm-hmm. But she takes antiques and does a little decorating and makes a real pretty primitive.
The little dresser with the RC, I'm sure.
Yes.
Letcher
This
County
right here is RC Cola, which has, I guess, just retired in Letcher County. So, and these are neat little pin cushions she's used out of the old
mason jar lids.
Yeah, galvanized mason jar lids.
Very pretty stuff.
Yep.
We have one more, and I believe this is Sandra
Bentley from Knott County. Here's a very nice piece. This is a radio, plus it has a record player in it. You get both.
What is it?
Okay, actually we have got 2 or 3 little cook stoves here in the store, and a lot of people are looking for these right now. Actually it heats, plus it has 2 burners that you can cook with. There was 2 more back there galvanized. Over here is probably one of our best. It's a baker's cabinet. It's a little unusual Hoosier cabinet. It's got this is a pot-bellied drawer. It's round. They had their flour and their meal here. And I think this one does have their, this was, like I said a while ago, this was the woman's, they kneaded their bread. And they done all their mixing here, their spices and everything. Actually was on these cabinets. Most of them had the spice racks and everything on them.
Mm-hmm. And then this is really pretty.
This is another pot-bellied piece. It's the round top.
Mm-hmm.
Right here is an old. This is a cowboy cabinet. When the cowboys come in and they take their hat off, they set their hat in here, and that way their hats didn't get dusty. It's a cowboy cabinet with dresser.
And then you've got shirts in now.
I do.
For all
Actually,
those
I've mailed these to West Virginia and quite a few places. They love my shirt. It's just an old country shirt with an old watering little log cabin and a water pump.
And this is another Hoosier with the...
Yes, this is a very nice hooser.
Yeah.
It has the old sifter and everything in it. And here is a few pieces. This is a cherry pitter. And this is your meat. This was what we had back in the old days when everybody killed their own hogs and everything like that. This is what they used to grind their sausage and everything. This has your extra attachments. And today, the men are still buying these to work up their deer meat too.
Mm-hmm. Of course,
All right.
Sandra always has a lot of unique pieces.
She has a lot of
This
unique
right
lighting.
Yeah.
She has a lot of railroad. That's what I was looking over here. This is let me see. I don't know if this is this is a railroad lantern, and this one here is a railroad lantern. They always have railroad lanterns in their booths. All right, let's move along. Okay. Yeah, Holly, right here too is an old cash register. Have you ever thought about how rough people had it back in them days? You know how hard it was? Everything ain't electronic like it was.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like it is now.
Actually had to work for that.
You had to work for everything.
Okay, Gwen, we've stepped outside to check out this wagon you've got out front. I know it's popular with everybody coming by. Can you tell us a little bit about it? I know it's not for sale.
It's not for sale. My wagon just draws them in, you might say. I have had I don't know what you call it for wagons. I actually have 3. This is the old horse and the buggy wagon. I've had this probably for 20 years. It come from Ashland.
Okay.
No, I don't want to sell it. One day it's going to be at my little cabin. I also have a goat wagon and an old Studebaker wagon. I love wood, anything made out of wood.
Okay.
Here's an old wheelbarrow too. The old wheelbarrows didn't have no rubber on them. The wheels was all made of metal.
Okay, now say you got doors, and those are pretty popular.
Yes, today women are doing about anything and everything with the door. Them old doors they're putting behind their beds for a headboard. They're taking the doors and making halteries out of them. They're taking them, making swings out of them.
I've seen screens.
Yes, big demand right now is the doors.
Okay.
Everybody's doing the Pinterest, and you can Pinterest an old door, and you wouldn't believe what all it shows you can make from one.
Okay.
We also have the old wagon wheels. They're very popular for women to put out in their flower beds. Is an old wagon wheel. They're very pretty, having a clematis running up through them. We also have a few old tricycles over here too.
And those are pretty. I've seen people using those in flower beds and
Oh yeah.
stuff like that.
Well, actually, I have mine that I had. I actually have most of my toys I had when I was a kid. Actually, back here in the back too. We'll get back here. I don't know if he can. But this is very unusual. You're good. This is a 2-sided old cook stove. If you can open the oven door up over here, you can open the oven door up over here. It has a 6 burners. You built your fire in here. I actually was going to hook it up and keep it here at the store when I have my festivals and stuff.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll walk back inside now.
Yeah, there's a couple more pieces inside I'd like to show.
Okay, Gwen, tell us a little bit about this piece.
Well, actually, Holly, back in the early days, the meat men in the old little country stores, they worked their meat up on these butcher blocks. And this right here is actually a beautiful round butcher block that I have fell in love with. I'm
And
actually,
that is a solid piece of wood.
yes, it's a solid piece of wood. I'm actually wanting to take this to my cabin. I've been thinking awful hard about it, but if you see, just look at all the indentures, and what I think about is how many pieces of meat and stuff, and how many, you can see all the knife cuts where the butcher has cut it with his knife. And these also are very rare. If you go in an antique store today, which I've been in a lot of antique stores, you don't find many butcher blocks in them.
No.
And if you do find one, they're very expensive. Butcher blocks and spinning wheels is another item you don't find many of today.
And what do folks use those for? Maybe islands in their kitchen?
They use them for islands. Yes, Holly, they use them for islands.
Okay.
And just set them around, put a little something primitive sitting there. It's a very nice piece. Butcher block is.
Okay, we got one more piece out here we're going to talk about.
Yes, we got an old typewriter, and actually an old. Actually, if you look, you can see my grandbabies. Kids love to play with the typewriters and the cash registers when they come in. And you know, I hate to say it, but this is what I learned how to type on. Not like this, but we had them something like that.
It's supposed to be telling your age, remember?
Well, yeah, I don't care to tell my age, but this is a very old typewriter. I would say you're probably looking at 40s. This one.
Okay, Gwen, we're going to talk a little bit about these Pyrex dishes in this booth. This is Linda Colley's booth.
Yes, it is. Holly, one thing about the Pyrex dishes, they're not making them no more, and the women are collecting them big time. And everybody loves a Pyrex dish to, cook in.
They're indestructible, yeah.
Yes, they are. They don't break. They're microwavable and everything. Actually, she had quite a few in her booth, and I don't think she's got many no more. But they just quit making Pyrex, if I ain't bad mistaken.
Okay.
And she has a lot of dishes, a lot of depression glass and the carnival glass over here.
And what about this buffet right here?
This is
Very pretty piece.
one of the old kitchen buffets. It did have the big tall cabinet that went with it, and it sold, and they didn't take the buffet. And she has a lot of Longaberger baskets too.
Gwen, I just want to thank you for taking your time and showing us your store, educating us on some of these primitive things. And one more time, you want to give the viewers your hours and phone number?
Yes, Holly. My hours here are Wednesday through Saturday, 10 to 4. And also, I will come over by appointment. Call me. My number is 606-233-1361. I'll be more than welcome to come and let you in. Also, I would like to thank Jim Ward and all the magistrates in Letcher County for making this channel for us and doing this for us. They're all fine people. I know them all.
Okay.